नमस्कार, सत श्री अकाल, आदाब दोस्तों। स्वागत है आप सभी का वर्क मॉप द्वारा शुरू की गई कहानियों की इस खास मुहिम में, जहां आप सुनते हैं हर दिन नई नई दिलचस्प कहानियां और उन कहानियों से आप लेते हैं एक नई प्रेरणा रोजाना। तो दोस्तों, आइए कहानियों के इस सिलसिले को आगे बढ़ाते हैं और बढ़ते हैं आज की अगली कहानी की ओर। ये कहानी है मुंबई की रहने वाली श्रद्धा नीरज की जिंदगी के बारे में। जी हाँ दोस्तों, आज हम मिलेंगे इनसे और जानेंगे इनकी जिंदगी से जुड़े तमाम अनुभवों के बारे में। दोस्तों, इनसे मिलने से पहले क्यों ना इनके बारे में थोड़ा जान लिया जाए। आपको बता दें, ये एक लाइफ कोच एंड एंटरप्रेन्योर है। शी इज अ बडिंग लाइफ कोच विद स्पेशलाइजेशन इनटू ग्रेटिट्यूड। जी हाँ दोस्तों, ये लोगों को सिखाती है कि कैसे वे अपने जीवन में कृतज्ञता का रवैया अपनाएं और जीवन में खुशियों का एहसास करें। जी हाँ दोस्तों, ये लोगों का जीवन सुखी, स्वस्थ और सकारात्मक बनाने में उनकी मदद करती है। आपको बता दें, ये थ्राइव विद श्रद्धा नीरज की फाउंडर हैं और इस मुकाम तक पहुंचने के लिए इन्होंने कड़ी मेहनत की है। इन्होंने अपनी लाइफ में काफी बड़े बड़े सपने देखे थे और उन सपनों को पूरा करने के लिए सिर्फ ग्रेजुएशन करना इनके लिए काफी नहीं था। ऐसे में इन्होंने एक कोर्स किया जिसका नाम था CFA, चार्टर्ड फाइनेंस एनालिस्ट। हालांकि ये कोर्स उतना इजी नहीं था, लेकिन फिर भी इन्होंने इसे किया और इससे इन्हें करियर में आगे बढ़ने में काफी मदद मिली। आफ्टर बिकमिंग अ CFA, शी स्टार्टेड वर्किंग एज अ इक्विटी रिसर्च एनालिस्ट इन अ ब्रोकरेज हाउस। और दोस्तों, इस तरह इनकी जर्नी स्टार्ट हुई। 5 साल तक इन्होंने इस काम को कंटिन्यू किया और दोस्तों, इन 5 सालों में इन्हें अच्छा खासा एक्सपीरियंस भी हो गया। लेकिन कहीं ना कहीं इन्हें ये रियलाइज हुआ कि ये वो फील्ड नहीं है जिसकी इन्हें तलाश थी, और यही रीजन था कि इन्होंने अपनी इस जॉब को क्विट किया एंड बिजनेस में अपना हाथ आजमाया। जी हाँ, यहीं से इनकी एंटरप्रेन्योरियल जर्नी स्टार्ट हुई, जो बेहद ही खूबसूरत रही है। और अपनी इस अमेजिंग जर्नी के दौरान इन्होंने काफ़ी कुछ चीज़ें एक्सपीरियंस की है, जिन्हें आज ये हम सभी के साथ शेयर करने वाली है। तो गाइस, आइए अब मिलते हैं सीधा श्रद्धा नीरज से और इनकी अपनी जुबानी सुनते हैं इनकी जिंदगी की ये खूबसूरत कहानी।
Hi, my name is Shraddha and I'm from Mumbai and I am the founder of Thrive with Shraddha Neeraj. And I have a family of 5, me, my husband, my in-laws and my brother-in-law. So about my journey, I come from a very humble family background. My father has been just 12 pass, but his goal was that his kids should study very well. So we studied in one of the best schools in Mumbai, and my father has been a businessman, but he understands how business works, the cyclicality of it. So he always wanted me and my sister to be somebody who is working as a professional, working in a top notch MNC, and that was his goal. So he ensured that we studied really well. So after finishing my schooling, I went into commerce, was something that I had my interest into. Again, coming from a Gujarati family background, and father being a businessman, accounts, commerce. My mother has been a commerce student, so commerce was something that I was really attracted to. I studied my TY but I understood one thing, that just becoming a graduate will not really help me achieve my goal. And my goal was to improve my family's life to the next level. My parents did their best to give us the best. And then I thought it was my responsibility to take that life to the next level, to give them the luxuries of life. And that is when I came across this course, which is called CFA, Chartered Financial Analyst, and it really excited me. The kind of profile that one gets after pursuing CFA was something that I really aspired to. So I studied CFA. It was not as easy as doing my graduation, but it is all worth it. Is that all I can say? After becoming a CFA, I started working as an equity research analyst in a brokerage house called KR Choksi. And if you guys are aware of equity markets, stock markets, that is where my core expertise was. I used to evaluate stocks, read balance sheet, do valuations, and I would recommend people what is it that they are supposed to invest their money into that can give them good returns. And I did this for 5 years, and life is really amazing. But in these 5 years, I understood one thing, that somewhere I had inherited that my father's, quality of being his own boss, or wanting to kind of pursue what he wanted to pursue is something that even I wanted for myself. I wanted to be my own boss. I couldn't see myself working for somebody, under somebody for a very long time. And that is the reason I started to scout for something which I could parallelly start as a side hustle to kind of do with my job. Eventually, the idea was to make the side hustle big enough so that I can quit my job and get completely into business. And I was, like it is said, what you seek is seeking you. One of my colleague reached out to me saying that, again, he's a good friend of mine, reached out to me saying that, I have a business idea, let's work on it together as a partners. And he shared the whole idea with me. I found it very exciting, was very promising. uh, it actually helped me to see how can I achieve my goal faster. So I started it as a side hustle, and that was the start of my entrepreneurial journey. I've been an entrepreneur now for 9 years, and let me tell you, this journey has been totally rocking. It has its own ups and it has its own downs, but I totally loved it. I learned a lot of things in this journey. What really happened is, the pandemic happened in 2020. Till then, the things were going really well. Uh, Before pandemic, there came a point where the business wasn't really working very well. The first 2 years of my business was amazing. It was better than what I had expected. And it came to me like, if this is how businesses are, then why did I even pick up job? It was that good. And like it said, when you start feeling the grass is greener on the other side, something happens. Okay, so what I did is, after 2 years, I quit my job, saying that now what I'm earning here in the business, the profits that are kicking in are huge, and they're better than what my salary is. So why not just quit my job and get full time into business? And the moment I did that, first 6 months went really well. But after that, everything started to slow down. We started to face certain hurdles in terms of team challenges, legal issues, and slowly business started to dwindle and kind of slow down. And all this also started to take a toll on my mental health. I started to doubt my confidence. I started to kind of worry about how things will happen. And that is where I was introduced to this concept of gratitude. So I know a lot of you will feel, what is so big about gratitude? But I have been blessed that I have had people, my mentors around me, to kind of guide me through at every phase of my business growth. And at this phase also, I had my mentor. We were having a conversation one evening, and I told him that, what, I just don't see things going the way I want them to, and I feel really low. I don't feel too good. That's when he just gave me a suggestion saying that, Shraddha, what I've observed is you've been complaining a lot of late. And that is maybe something which you need to work on. I don't see you being too grateful about all that beautiful things you already have in your life. And for a moment, I was taken aback because I never thought that I wasn't grateful. But this particular conversation helped me to introspect on what I was actually doing then. What were my thoughts? How was I thinking? What were my talks all about? And that is where I realized that he was right. I was complaining about every possible thing on this earth. It could be the traffic of Mumbai, or it could be the heat of Mumbai. It could be, questions from my family, or it could be questions from my team. I had complaints for everything. And that was the beginning of my journey of introspection. that is when I realized that I really need to start working on looking out for blessings that I have in my life. And that's the start. Easier said than done. It took me some time to kind of build this attitude of gratitude. And then I slowly started to see business reviving. Okay, with every day working on myself, every day trying to, find good things about me, count my blessings, keeping a positive mindset. I saw shifts coming in the business. Business started to pick up. But then 2020 came and pandemic happened. And the business that we were into required me to step out a lot and meet people. And my husband told me that 2020 pandemic is here. We have parents with us. It would be better if you could take a second thought on whether you want to pursue this or not. And that is when I had to pause and think. But at the same time, my family members, my friends, due to pandemic, were quite feeling low, negative, worried, stressed, and full of anxiety. And that is when I said that whatever I have learned till now, whatever I've been teaching my team. So while I was doing this for myself, I was also teaching the attitude of gratitude to my team. I said, why not teach my family and friends to help them, keep their nerve smoothen, or, to help them stay little happy, less worried. And with that, in 2020, I started to kind of informally teach my family and friends on how can they be more happy, how can they be more grateful, and how can they find happiness and joy in small things of life. It was, I think, a month and a half, and everybody saw that shift happening in their lives. And that is where everybody started to push me and kind of encourage me to pick this up as a profession, to start coaching people, because of pandemic, everybody around was really stressed, was really worried, and they needed this help. And it was very easy and simple to be happy with the techniques that I taught them. And that is how my brand Thrive with Shraddha Neeraj was born. So that's just the beginning. It's been 2 years now that Thrive has been growing, and in the last 2 years I have been able to mentor, train more than 1200 plus people across the globe. So this journey, my entire entrepreneurial journey, has not been a smooth ride. Like I mentioned, I have seen a lot of ups and a lot of downs. So when I've seen ups, means I've seen things falling in place with a lot of ease. But at the same time, I have had my challenges where, facing rejections. Every entrepreneur who has a product or a service has to kind of sell that product or service, and it's not necessary that every person will buy your product or service. So every entrepreneur has to go through a rejection or a failure, and I have in my life gone through so many such failures that I've lost the count of it. And initially when I used to fail, I used to feel very low and depressed. But like I said, I've had mentors who helped me look at the better side of life. They helped me with certain concepts of sales, which really helped me to move out of that negative zone and kind of pump up. They helped me to get back to my goal, and that really gave me a lot of power and energy to kind of push through these rejections or to these failures. And that actually helped me in becoming the person that I am today. Today, I don't feel upset with rejections. I just find them, if anybody comes and tells me no, then I look at it as next opportunity. So these were my few challenges, when it came to growing the business. So my success mantra is, what you're seeking is seeking you. We live in a world which is made of energy, and it is very easy for you to attract everything that you want into your life. The only challenge is that you don't know these laws. So I'll give you this one secret. Whatever you are constantly thinking is what you are attracting into your life. So think good thoughts, think happy thoughts, feel happy feelings, and you will attract all the good things into your life. So I have been somebody who takes initiatives, or if I had to go out with friends, I was the first one to kind of raise my hand and say, "Chalo, let's plan something." So I've always been that kind of a person. But when it comes to leadership, I lacked a few things, which my mentors really groomed me into. My positive thinking attitude, my never give up attitude. I had that attitude, but it needed to be honed, and that is what my mentors, my teachers, they helped me kind of build that through. The resilience that we talk about, all of this has been slowly, steadily acquired through system, processes, guidance from my mentors and teachers, and that is what makes me the person who I am today. So the most rewarding thing about the work that I do is when I teach somebody how to build an attitude of gratitude, or when I teach somebody how to become happy. There are certain steps that I tell them, and they follow those steps. And when they follow those steps, they see results. And when they come back and they share that result with me, I have had people come and tell me that, Shraddha, I had no hope. I had no idea that my life could be beautiful. I was really sad. I really don't know whether things could work out for me or not. But with whatever you've taught me, I have seen shifts happening. I have seen money coming into my life. I have seen people being so loving and caring towards me. And that kind of statements that come from people who have learned coaching from me, they've taken my coaching, brings me a different level of high. It helps me feel so grateful to the universe that I have been able to do my bit of part that I'm supposed to do while I'm on this planet. So the most rewarding thing is to see other person smile, to see other person being more hopeful, to see other person spreading cheer, not only in their lives but in the lives of other people. So a person that I really look up to is Mr. Steve Jobs, and I really get inspired with the story that his story, his life story, and I learn a lot about resilience, about serving people, about giving your best. And the quote that I really that has stuck with me and that I really look forward when I feel low is his quote, Mr. Steve Jobs' quote, which says, "The only way to do great work is to love what you do." So, for people who want to pursue life coaching as their career, I'll tell you one thing, that in life coaching, you need to genuinely have a feeling of serving other people. You need to love what you do. Like a lot of times when I'm talking to my clients or students, they do come and share a lot of their personal problems, they share a lot of complaints. So if you're not a good listener, you cannot become a life coach. You have to become a good listener. You don't have to be judgmental. That's another thing. You have to kind of listen from a neutral perspective. uh, Third thing is, you got to be kind and compassionate towards everybody. Even if you don't have a formal degree in life coaching, it's okay. But if you don't have qualities like empathy or kindness or patience to listen, then becoming a life coach will take a toll. You need to be very passionate about helping people if you want to become a life coach. So these are a few things you need to keep in mind, or you need to have with you if you want to excel in this career of being a life coach. One thing that I remember from my childhood when I was schooling was uh, I was very bullied in schooling. While I was in my school, I was bullied. Why? Because I used to apply oil in my hair, I used to tie plaits, and at the same time, like I said in the beginning in the beginning, while I was discussing my journey, I came from a humble middle class family background. So we used to live in chawls, and in the school that I went, there were people coming from better areas, or they lived in better place than where I was living. So when they got to know about this, they started making fun of me, and they started to kind of make mockery out of it. And that that really led me to not having too many friends in school. I never had I used to talk with people when I needed to, but again, because they used to make a lot of fun, so I never had many close friends. I just had one close friend in my entire school life. And this had a very huge impact on me when I was also moving ahead to college and also ahead in my career. So I always had this feeling that, am I good enough, or whatever I do, is it good enough for people? Because because I was bullied in my childhood. I was always made to feel that I'm not good enough. I am I don't deserve to be where I am. So this kind of feeling stuck with me while I was growing up. And I had to heal my way out of this. I had challenges of talking in front of 5 people. I used to feel really shy. You understand? Because I feel that I'm not good enough, I could not talk in front of 4 people. I used to feel very shy. I used to fumble. I used to feel frozen. But like I said, I had a dream and I wanted to become an entrepreneur. And that pushed me to connecting with people, to talking to more than 5 people at a go. And I had my own challenges, but I had to overcome them because I had a dream that I wanted to pursue. So uh, I have overcome this kind of not I'm not feeling good or my self-esteem issues. I had to overcome that so that I could achieve my dream. And today I can share with you, I'm very happy to share with you that I don't feel nervous, jittery to talk to even thousand people if I were to made stand in front of 1,000 people. But there was a time when I couldn't even speak to 5 people at a go. So that's how I have transformed my life from my childhood to what I am today. In my personal opinion, uh, degree is just needed for you to get that first standing. Okay, but your experience is what counts. The experience that you have taken. Like for example, while I'm coaching people, I formally don't have a degree right now, which is a coaching degree. But when people ask me how is it that you're coaching people, I tell them that I have learned through life. Whatever I teach people is nothing bookish. It's everything learned by my own personal experience. I have tried and tested every tool that I share with my students or my clients, and I have personally verified that it works, and after that I share it with people so that I know it's going to work for them as well. So experience is, obviously, if you ask me, gains a +1 against the degree is needed for you to get that initial standing, but your experience will take you long way. One achievement that I'm really proud of is in my prior entrepreneurial venture, I was felicitated in front of 3.5 to 4,000 people for the work that I did. And that is something, when I shared with my parents, with my family members, with my friends, they all, appreciated me. They all kind of were very happy for me. And that is one achievement, uh, one moment that I really cherished. The smile on my father's face, the smile on my mother's face, the proud feeling that I could see on my husband's face. All of this is something that I really, really cherish. So yeah, that's one achievement that I will always cherish in my heart. If you ask me to go back in time, in the starting of my career, would I want to be the same person that I am today, or would I want to start the same way I started? I would say yes, absolutely. Because I believe this, that life has a way of teaching you. And for that, you are put at various stages in your journey. You are put up at various points where you need to make certain decisions. And those decisions build you as a person, they bring more confidence in you. So I started off as a finance professional, and today I am a life coach. And this entire journey, life has helped me, guided me to become what I am today. So I would really not want to change anything about my past. I am happy with the way I I have grown, and I am sure life is still going to teach me on how can I grow, get better, and how can I be more aligned to the purpose that my life is, the purpose of my life. So when I'm not working, I like listening to music. I like watching movies. I like going out. I've been in Mumbai, so Mumbai has beautiful beach, beautiful coastline. So I like going and spending time at the beach. I like meeting friends. So yeah, that's all what I love to do. So whenever I feel low, or whenever I really need my self motivation, or I need inspiration for myself, I always listen to this one song, and it kind of pumps me up. And the song is from the movie Lakshya, which is a Farhan Akhtar movie. Hrithik Roshan is an actor in that, and which says, it's the title track, which says, "Lakshya to har haal mein paana hai." And this song really kind of whether I faced a rejection or something which has disappointed me, really puts me back into the high vibe that I have to, I have decided something and I have to reach there. हाँ यही रास्ता है तेरा, तूने अब जाना है, हाँ यही सपना है तेरा, तूने पहचाना है, तुझे अब ये दिखाना है, रोके तुझको आंधिया क्या जमीन और आसमां पाएगा, जो लक्ष्य है तेरा, लक्ष्य तो हर हाल में पाना है. Thank you. One of the biggest learnings from the pandemic was that nothing is permanent. However bad it may seem, but this too shall pass. It's just a phase. So that was one of my biggest learnings. And the positive that I could see while the pandemic was going around was the first thing. Being in a city like Mumbai, okay, I had access to everything without being worried. So we had a grocery person delivering groceries at our doorstep. We had online services available at our doorstep. That is which is man-made, okay. But one thing that I really saw that really went well even during the pandemic was the nature was by our side. It was still providing us with oxygen. We had rains, so water was still flowing to us. Food was flowing to us. Mother Earth didn't stop producing food despite of whatever the pandemic situation was. So if you ask me, there were a lot more positives compared to what the negatives were. In fact, when it comes to family, the positives were that we got to spend more time with family. I remember during the COVID times, we used to have this 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock time, just after dinner, where my parents, they stay a little bit away from where I'm staying. So we all would get together and play Ludo, online. So that was the dedicated time that we spent with each other, despite we couldn't go and see each other because of the lockdown. But we spent time. Similarly, with our cousins, we did the same thing. With friends, we did the same thing. So, despite of pandemic being there, people being away, there was still so much of love, affection. You can't physically go and meet, but you could do video calls and still connect with them. We had group video calls. We had celebrations over, Zoom, and all of this only. The positive that I could see is that life continues irrespective of whatever the situation is. You always find a way to be happy. You always find a way to spread joy. So I think COVID was a good time that we had together as family also. So I would like to thank all of you for being here till the end with me and listening to my story. If you have really liked my story, then please give a thumbs up and share this story with someone who you think can also draw inspiration. Also, I would like to thank WorkMob for giving me this platform, and also I would like to thank WorkMob for doing such a wonderful job of finding out people, finding out their stories and bringing out to this world. So, if you ever want to get inspired, as an entrepreneur, or you want to get inspired in your life, do visit WorkMob and do keep watching their videos. Thank you. Also, if you would like to learn more about how to be grateful or how to build an attitude of gratitude, how to stay happy, how to sleep better, how to deal with your anxiety and negative thoughts, then feel free to reach out to me on my Instagram, which is my handle is Thrive, that is THRIVE, with SHRADDHA, Shraddha, NEERAJ. That's my Insta handle. I also have a YouTube channel which is in the same name, Thrive with Shraddha Neeraj. Feel free to reach out to me and I'll be more than happy to help you out. Thank you so much.
दोस्तों, आप सुन रहे थे एक लाइफ कोच एंड एंटरप्रेन्योर श्रद्धा नीरज की कहानी, इनकी अपनी जुबानी। ऐसी ही इंस्पायरिंग स्टोरीज रोजाना सुनने के लिए हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें और बेल आइकन जरूर दबाएं। और दोस्तों, अगर आज की ये कहानी आपको पसंद आई है तो इसे लाइक, कमेंट और शेयर करना ना भूलें। वर्कमॉब आपको दे रहा है एक सुनहरा मौका अपने विचारों को व्यक्त करने का, अनुभवों को साझा करने का और अपनी प्रेरक कहानी देशवासियों तक पहुंचाने का। तो आइए और जुड़िए आप भी इस मुहिम में हमारे साथ और अपनी कहानी से दीजिए सभी को एक नई प्रेरणा। लेट्स इंस्पायर टुगेदर, वी कैन, इंडिया कैन। जी हाँ दोस्तों, आपकी कहानी में ताकत है दुनिया बदलने की, लोगों की सोच आगे बढ़ाने की। तो आइए और अपनी कहानी से ले आइए लोगों के जीवन में आशा की एक नई किरण, कीजिए सभी को इंस्पायर। फिलहाल वक्त तो चला है आप सभी से इजाजत लेने का, लेकिन बहुत जल्द एक बार फिर होंगे हाजिर एक नई कहानी के साथ। तब तक के लिए आप बने रहिए हमारे साथ, देखते रहिए कहानियों का हमारा ये खास कार्यक्रम और लीजिए हर नई कहानी से हर दिन एक नई और सच्ची प्रेरणा। नमस्कार।